A very good afternoon to you all, and hope that the food was sufficient. Normally, this is usually the most difficult part of the day, which is basically after eating, and then you have to digest. The air conditioning is cool, so that is good. The light is nice, right? Not too hot. As long as the workers are not working too hard, then I think we should be in for a good session. So I have a few set of slides just to start to kick things off, if it will come. And the idea really is, as part of this project, for those of you who were here this morning, we basically spoke in Thai, and we really shared the results of the research itself. However, as a Thai person working, being funded by a Thai agency, we did feel that maybe our perspective is biased from a Thai perspective, from a Thai side. So this is why we wanted to moderate our vision, especially related to this concept of Thai centrality, if it made sense or not. And I would like to say, first of all, thank you to all the colleagues who have gladly joined this particular project. Thank you for, be willing to work with us. And I think we were able to explore quite a number of interesting issues together. So as part of the output, we are doing this book where this is basically the final sharing session related to what the book will discuss, the book will share. And the name of the book is Thai Centrality, Building Economic Corridors for Regional Connectivity and Growth. In fact, this will be the second book from our research, because last year we also did a book, but we focused more on the neighboring countries, on how to develop economic corridors, but also the lessons learned in terms of how our neighboring countries are looking at corridor development. So we had perspective from Cambodia, from Vietnam, from Malaysia, from Myanmar, from Laos PDR, and then from China itself. However, this year, we're going a bit further. So the objective of the book is, we've said it in Thai, now we're putting it in writing in English, and I think it's a lot easier to understand when it's in English, is really introduce this concept of Thai centrality. What is Thai centrality? And then have some feedback, especially from outside, in terms of, looking at the connectivity, how connectivity can be established, can be developed, can be maintained with some of the key countries that we are looking at. I would say countries and economic areas with the greater Bay Area, and especially from the perspective of Thailand wanting to become this particular Thai centrality. So in the theme of the book, we start first with, and luckily I would say that we've been lucky in a sense that within the team itself, we shared I think a common vision, in the sense that it is important for Thailand as a country to have a role to play. We cannot just be someone who listens to what others tells us and then we just follow. We need to take some sort of a leadership role, but the question is, what type of leadership can we become? Then looking at the connectivity, how do we build these strategic partnerships and the various challenges, opportunities that all of these partnerships will entail, and then coming back with some sort of policy recommendation. So what is Thai centrality? I've said it this morning, but in Thai. Let me see if in English it sounds the same or not. Okay, so concept of centrality, again, this is basically taken from the literature. And when we talk about centrality, being at the center of something, being the focal point of something, really relates to this, some sort of influence, but also of connectivity. I think one of the key words when we talk about centrality is how do we enable our centrality? How do we enable connectivity? How does Thailand become a connector? I think that's really the key thing, the key question that we are asking ourselves. And if we want to become a connector, we cannot become a connector in all the fields. We also need to be specific. What is our competitive advantage? Where are we the most prominent in that sense, so that we can further cultivate this participation, so that we can achieve this centrality. So even though in the definition it talks about position of influence, it's not about telling what other people should do, but it's really how we can move forward, that it's aligned and the interests of both countries or the regions are aligned together. And then, as you know, you have ASEAN centrality. ASEAN talks a lot about ASEAN centralities, but the challenge with ASEAN, as we all know, is ASEAN talks a lot, but from a perspective of actually doing something, maybe not as much. Very, very aspirational. And this is why I think from the work that we're doing, we want to try to operationalize this concept of centrality and to actually make it work. And this is where this Thai centrality becomes this strategic approach. We need a strategy. We're talking about Thai centrality, and we go back to this word of connector. But connector in itself, you connect well, but you also need to coordinate. In fact, in supply chain management, we talk about coordination, cooperation, and collaboration. So in a sense, with Thai centrality, we would like the country to play this active role and to contribute to enable the connectivity with other countries, be it neighboring or with some of the key regions that are of critical importance to the country itself. How is this strategy built? We do talk a lot about the geographical position of Thailand. And very often in our maps, we like to show Thailand in the middle of the region. But that's just a map. You go to Myanmar, in their map, they say they're right in the middle between India and Southeast Asia, right? You go to Laos is in the middle of Indochina. So it's just a question of a map. But I think here in Thailand, when we like to show Thailand, we like to show, oh yes, we are in the middle. Maybe that's a natural advantage, but the reality is you need to cultivate, to maintain that idea of centrality. And in the work that we have done, our main focus is really on connectivity and logistics leadership. Maybe that's a professional bias because most of the team, we are in logistics and supply chain. And then the sub-regional integration, all of these alphabet soup that we have in the region, how do we actually move forward with that, and what is the role that Thailand can play? Diplomatic convening and mediation, that's really from a more Ministry of Foreign Affairs perspective. We acknowledge it's a very important issue, but we have not really addressed it in our research. And this is just some examples of how do we actually achieve the connectivity and the logistics leadership. How do we achieve the sub-regional integration for regional cohesion, and some ideas related to the diplomatic convening and mediation. And this is something that we're going to use to move forward in our discussion, not only with the Thai government, but with all the various other stakeholders, so that we have a consensus that this is a way Thailand should move forward. So now, and this is just the introduction, and I would like to thank all the speakers for coming here. We have a fantastic set of speakers with us, and we'll be talking about from the perspective of Thailand first with Professor Narut from Chiang Mai. Then we'll talk about Thailand and the Greater Bay Area with Sunny, who came from Hong Kong. We'll talk about Thailand-India Economic Corridor with Professor Srabani. We'll talk about Thailand-Japan Economic Corridor with Mr. Kaula from area. And then Thailand-South Korea with Professor Paul Jung from Inha University in South Korea, and they will share their perspective related to connectivity between their respective countries, region, and Thailand.